Hey, good evening, folks. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. And I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, and we're doing this thing. We're in a little bit, we're going to be playing some first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons for your education and for your amusement, for your enjoyment. And I just want to tell you that it is educational too. If you have questions about how AD&D works, because I know we've gotten a lot of fans on the show lately, folks, they've mentioned it in the comments during live streams. They've left it under the videos, and they've come to me on social media and said, Bill, how do I first edition AD&D? Well, this is your chance to see a live fire drill of how first edition AD&D works, or at least how I make it work. How you make it work might be completely different, but this is the essentials of it. So we're going to start that here in about a half an hour, and I hope everybody will hang out and enjoy that. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to put them over in the chat. I'll try to catch them, but please understand, as this is a live game being played, this is not scripted. This is not rehearsed. We don't have story beats. We don't take breaks, that sort of thing. I might miss your questions. And unfortunately, there's only a couple of ways that the chat flags things, and that is as spam, in which case it auto deletes them, or super chats, in which case I see a burst of color up the screen. I am not suggesting you have to pay me to ask me a question. Far from it. I'm just pointing out that those are the two things. So if I miss your question, talking like Popeye there, miss your question. Ask it again. Like if you see it scroll off the YouTube chat, it's scrolled off my chat. Ask it again. You know, and I will do my best. You asking the same question over and over again because I didn't answer it, if you think it's salient, is not bothering me. If I'm doing a live chat where I'm just talking and I see, your question go by, and you ask, like, hey, Bill, you gonna dumb thing that you, like, nonsensical thing that you ask, I will probably ignore you. But if you have a genuine question about a game we're playing, or for a guest or something like that, and I don't answer it, yes, you may, Vaughn. Thank you. And you see it that I missed it. Just ask it again, and don't try to be patient with me, because as I say, I'm one dude. I'm one dude. I am literally it's me. I don't have a producer sitting over there. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is not out there fielding things. It's just me. So let me tell you how the rest of the week's going to work. Tomorrow night, Kyle will be in. We'll be playing Conflict. Thursday night, we will play, for you, Call of Cthulhu. We will be continuing our Shocktober Call of Cthulhu game, and I hope you guys will be here for that. I hope you will listen in and enjoy the spooky horror that is Shocktober Call of Cthulhu, where we do things a little bit differently. Normally, first of all, the game is normally on Friday. Clearly here it's not. It's on Thursday, and the game is something science fiction-y. For the last year or so, we have been playing Gamma World. My goodness, is it the last year or is it more? Whew. But anyway, so that's what we do on Fridays. I am traveling Friday afternoon into evening. I will be wheels up around 5:00 and won't be wheels down until about 8:30, and I will be 3 states away. So yeah, I'm not going to be running a live game Friday night. But as Thursday is usually kind of an open time for me, I thought, hey, I'll bring it back. I'll make sure that all 5 of our most excellent and esteemed players will be here, and we will continue with episode 2. Have you seen the yellow sign? So I hope you guys will all tune in for that and enjoy. So we have some absolutely fantastic news. Guys, I got to be honest with you. When I mentioned late last week, so this is not long ago, but when I mentioned late last week that Ernie Gygax had once again kind of fallen into sort of a catalepsy, non-responsive, had to be life flight back to the hospital, immediately on the heels of what had happened before, I kind of assumed the worst. I didn't know what my next announcement would be, but we have some promising news. We have some promising news from Heidi Gygax, and I'm going to read this to you. This was posted up on Facebook today. I shared it on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm _Dungeon Delver. Then you probably already read this, or if you're a friend of the Gygaxes on Facebook, then you probably already saw this. So you might not have. So I'm going to share this now. Ernie update. My brother has made another amazing return from the edge, and I spoke with him this morning. He sounds great, although he's frustrated at the weakness of his body and the cycle of convalescing. He has a wonderful cardiac team that saved his life, and he has some broken ribs from the compressions, but he's glad to be with us for a while longer. One of his specialists keeps reminding him that he is going to die from this, but he stubbornly has gotten past at least 2, if not 3 episodes in the last several weeks that the medical professionals didn't think he would survive. That said, he is by no means out of the woods or hospital, but went from life support and non-responsive to breathing, talking, eating, and laughing. So grateful to have more time with my big brother, who I will visit with in a few days. Also, so grateful for all of you wonderful friends who sent up thousands of prayers and well wishes for his recovery. Thank you all. So there's something positive. There is something that is a really good thing to go forward with. And I got to be honest with you. I saw something today that is old school gaming adjacent centric that really made me angry. And I thought about leading in with it and getting really ranty, but I don't want to. I said last night, and I'll say it again, there's too goddamn much ugliness in this world right now. Okay? So, to this thing that popped up today, maybe I'll discuss it in the future, maybe I'll tweet about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have already seen some of my venting about it today over there. But I'm not going to give CPU cycles. All right. I'm not going to allow my think meat to process that and give it the stage time that it so desperately craves, and give it airtime on my show when every kilobyte is precious. Every second that ticks by is another minute that we can be talking about stuff that we enjoy, not stuff that we hate. Let's not be addicted to the things we hate. Secret sponsor flies in a cherry-scented healing salve to Ernest Gygax. Thank you very much for the super finger. Pop that up on screen, and I wasn't ignoring yours, Vaughn. It's just the $2 ones. Just they disappear almost immediately before I can click on them. But yes, so there we go. No, Ernest is correct. Ernest Gary Gygax. Ernie is short for Ernest, even though it's the same number of characters. It's like how Jack is short for John. Jack Kennedy. You mean John F. Kennedy? Yeah, that's what I said. Jack and John, the same thing. Well, one's short for the other. If you spell John Jon, then Jack is a longer short version. But it's all good. It is all good. So we hope for the continued wellness and family togetherness that time, that the universe will grant Ernie with his loved ones, because that's what it's about at this point. Look, I have no burning desire for Ernie to sit behind a keyboard and write up some heretofore unseen level of Castle Greyhawk or something like that. I just want him to have as much time as he can with his family. And I've said, I've said before, because people have asked me, like, oh, wow, you knew Gary. What's your best memory? You know, what's your best table memory? I mean, if you ask me specifically what my favorite gaming memory is, I can tell you that. My favorite memory of just hanging around with Gary was arriving early to a dinner party, my wife and I, and sitting there next to Gary and talking to Gary about dad things. Just dad things. Because we had found out just well, we had known it, but we let Gary and Gail know that my wife was 4 months pregnant, and regardless of your feelings about her in this particular moment, she was perfectly wonderful. Gail went into doting overdrive. And it was like we'd arrived at the house of an aunt and uncle we hadn't seen in forever. And so Gary and I didn't talk about Castle Greyhawk. We didn't talk about, how far an elf can throw a dwarf. We talked about dad things, about being dads, about being thrown up on, about co-sleeping, about changing diapers, about, baby's first steps and all sorts of things. So that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about family. What is an adventuring party but a great family? Right? So just kind of keep that in your mind moving forward. We're not cheering Ernie on because we think he might save the hobby or contribute to it in some amazing way. We're cheering Ernie on because he is loved by his family and he is part of a family, and they don't want that part taken from them. So that is what I hold forth on that topic, on that very positive topic, and you should too. If you must contextualize your Dungeons and Dragons game in a real world example, think of your group of adventurers, if you're a dungeon master, or your fellow adventurers, if you're a player, think of them as family. I don't get that reference about the Grey House, Robert. But anyway, so I have some fun news. I have some really cool news. A friend of this show will be making his next appearance on this show next Thursday, just in time for Halloween. Bob Antone, that's right, Mr. Owlbear himself. Bob Antone will be joining us. We're going to talk spooky stories. We're going to talk cryptids, because Gary believed in cryptids. You guys remember now when I think the last time we talked to Heidi and Eric, Gary was a big cryptid and spook and anomalous thing believer too. So we're gonna talk to Bob Antone, the composer of Owlbear, all about stuff that he likes to talk about, because much of the music of Tinkham Road, there's lots of interesting ghost stories in there. And I have been given permission. To play the new rendition, bluesier, sort of slow jam version of Owlbear for you guys, with almost the entire lineup of Tinkham Road performing it with Bob. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm gonna kind of debut that for you guys on Thursday. I may do it as a lead-in. We may do it during the show. We'll have to see. But I'm pretty excited about that. You know, it may not be the most Dungeons and Dragons-y thing that I've done on the show, but Bob is a swell guy, and his kids play D&D, and you know, I think he's definitely got he's one of us, guys. All right, he's one of us. So we are we are going to have a lot of fun with Bob next Thursday. So I'm super excited about that. Early in November, I know it's a little early to be talking about early in November, but I'm going to do it because that's what I do. But early in November, Brave Alice Games. Now, they are the development company, of course, behind the Adventures Design Tome. And we've, of course, you know, Matt was on last week, and we talked into the night about that when he was on last Tuesday, which, of course, usurped our AD&D game, but early in November, we're going to have some folks from Brave Alice swing by and talk about another project that they've got going. And hopefully, I make no promises, I'm going to cross our fingers, hopefully Lisa will be on the stream too. I'm not going to hold her to it. Not going to, you know. I see. Okay, Robert, I thought that was like a fantasy novel reference or something. Summer Mountains is Bards of Greyhawk. And we've had Bards of Greyhawk on a few times too. We've had those guys on. We've had them on with Alan Hammock. We did like a song premiere. We did like a song premiere with them and Alan Hammock when a new album rolled out. That was awesome. So that was pretty cool. I'll have to ask Rich about playing all of Summer Mountains. I'm certainly not going to do it the night that Bob's here, but I will have to double check with Rich, because they did compose the music. And hey, if you guys want to check them out, their link is down below. Also, another sponsor link is down below. Before I forget, this live stream, of course, is brought to you by our friends at Hellabard Games. Hellabard makes the kind of adventures they'd like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, for Castles and Crusades, or the OSR. Old School is in play at the table with Hellabard Games, and you can find them on DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellabardgames.com. But also, you can check out Bards of Greyhawk right here on YouTube. So I will have to double check with them about that. Yes, the lady who owns 330 Center Street, by all accounts, is quite a wonderful lady, and she had no idea what she was buying. It was Paul who it was Paul. He was the prophet. Paul kind of informed her, and she has since sort of become this goodwill ambassador of RPG gaming by opening her house to D&D nerds, and I just think that's wonderful. Yeah, they do a lot of they do a lot of stuff. They're a D&D concept rock band, and honestly, how can you not love those concepts? A classic D&D concept rock band. And I have one of their CDs here. I went walking there for a second, and I apologize. I have one of their CDs. I bought it. Sounds amazing. You should put this in your CD player and listen to it. It'll blow your mind. But anyway, I have a musical adventure for character levels 1 to 7. This is BG1 from them. And if you can lay your fingers, your sticky little grubby cookie grabbers on a copy of this, I recommend it. This is good stuff to listen to. But anyway, 330 Center Street. 80s, remember there was a pentagram on the basement floor. Yeah, there's all kinds of things, all kinds of moral panics that people built up around Gary and D&D, and Gary specifically. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go down that road, and I'm not going to start ranting about that. I'm just not. No, we're not. We are, first of all, it's like 8 minutes till we start Vaughn, and second of all, Doomsword is in the chat. So he's in the green room. You know, we've got some we got some bottled water back there. So, you know, it's the Italian stuff in glass bottles. We've got a little cheese and meat tray set out, some grapes, some sliced strawberries. The last of the good watermelon for this season, really. And this is the Dungeon Delver's got a platter of cookies out there, some comfortable chairs, hot towels, you know, lemon and honey tea so their voices will be up to speed. Love Sean Connor. Oh, were you just talking about the impression that I was doing? No, that was Christopher Walken. Although I'm quite fond of doing my James Mason impression. Anybody want me to do the last couple of minutes as James Mason? Speak now or super chat me. Why, Thane, are you accusing me of imposture? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the 70s really did. There were a lot of movies back then that were. Let me see if I remove this. It's not that one. Okay. We had Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist, Damien the Omen. I would almost put the Amityville Horror under that umbrella. That was like 79 or 80. Yes, it was just a haunted house story, but there were some seriously satanic overtones to it. But no, she's tired of me. Connect. She doesn't laugh at my shit anymore. Actually, I have to be careful. All kidding aside, Colleen's upper respiratory problems are awful. And if I get her laughing really hard, she starts coughing uncontrollably and will start to asphyxiate. So, you know, I have to limit the humor. And I wish I was kidding about that. I wish there was like a dad joke punchline, but you know, there's not. Pat pulling, yeah. So Amityville, I'll tell you guys real quick because it's the spooky season. And I may have mentioned this to you guys before, or some of you may have heard this story before. You know, when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, you tend to believe a lot. It's like you don't really have a bullshit meter at that age in your life. You don't. And when I started seeing that story crop up on like Real People, or not Real People, That's Incredible, and mentioned in Reader's Digest and People Magazine, and they'd have the Lutzes on the Mike Douglas show, and or was it Merv Griffin? No, I think it was Mike Douglas. Just, you know, and that damn book came out. And my cousin Kim came and lived with us for a summer. And she brought that thing and read it to us. Me, 8, my sister, 12, or 7 and 11. I don't remember. There's 4 years difference between my sister and I. But the point is, she read us that book. Now, I don't believe it for a second. The real horror that happened in Amityville was what Ronnie DeFeo did to his family at that house. I do not believe that was a haunted house at all, in the least. Yeah, 7 or 8 year old me though. And we lived in a big old creaky house, so you know that was that was pretty awesome. But to touch back on it, just by itself, if Anson had just published a book called The Amityville Horror, loosely based it on those events, and said, this is the stuff that happened in the house, this is, you know, and it hadn't been, and it's true, it would have been great. The movie is a very scary horror movie. I mean, if you like a good horror thrill, check out the Amityville Horror. It is a good horror movie. It's just none of it's true. It is a legitimately good ride as horror movies go. So I, you know, was it the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre? So Toby Hooper loosely based that on the life of Ed Gein, who, as far as anyone knows, Ed Gein only committed 2, possibly 3 unalivings of unwilling people. However, Ed Gein absolutely was a grave robber. Fresh ones too. They found a lot of stuff that he had taken from graves in his house. A whole bunch. And that is what Hooper essentially based the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on. Was on stories of Ed Gein, who was in Wisconsin, not Texas. But when I say based on, I mean in the sense of, I don't know. The best I can say is inspired by. Geen had a number of very disturbing paraphilias. He was probably mentally impaired. No, not probably. He was certainly mentally impaired and suffered deep psychological trauma because of the way he was treated as a child. But I mean, it's like saying I don't like the differences are so vast. It's like saying that Star Wars is based on the Dam Busters. Well, yeah, but is it? I mean, but anyhow, it looks like we have a full house in the green room, not the Geen room. In the green room. So I'm going to don me now my awesome headphones, and we're going to welcome our group here. I have created some kind of lumberjack puzzle there. Hang on. So let's go ahead and welcome in our team of role players tonight and give a big Delver's Dungeon welcome to Vrug Dorn, played by Doomsword Deathmaster.
What's up, guys?
The one and only Sir Standard, played by Thane Kyle.
Hey, y'all.
Of course, who could forget Grimsby, played by our buddy Mark.
Hello. Hope my mic is working.
It is. Our party's very own Holy Roller, Mobius, playing Duran.
Evening.
And back having survived a whole one adventure with the party, we have Kevin with his new character, Marius the Magic User.
Yeah. Greetings!
Oh, so that's what you're playing now, Kevin.
Well, for a little while, yes.
Oh,
Yes. As long as the dice let him. So last week there was a short jaunt to the caves, which was somewhat profitable because you actually subdued and captured a fellow in a room that was, how shall we say, a torture chamber, and brought him back to the keep to get his just rewards for working there. In the interim, you also captured a goodly amount of his treasure, and you have established yourselves there in the keep. A Sen night has gone by. So what are your plans now, adventurers?
Grimsby had wanted to train if that was possible.
Okay, sure. And does Grimsby have the funds?
Yes, he does. 1,500, I believe.
Well, Mark, I will give you definitely an excellent rating for how you have played Grimsby.
Thanks, Bill.
You haven't gone out trying to tank. So that is absolutely a justified, excellent score for you. So you will need to train for the minimum amount of time, which in this case, just for simplicity's sake, will be that Sen night when the party of gnomes, who tell you it's good that you caught them because they were just about to leave, but for 3,000 gold pieces, I believe, because you're going up to third level, correct?
No, I got knocked down by the white.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
right.
going to second again.
You're going to second again. So
hopefully I get it right this time.
For a mere 1,500 gold pieces, they just look at you and they're like, "And you forgot this."
Yeah, I just deja vu. I got hit in the head. I forgot.
Yeah. So, in the subsequent week, you have been able to train. Go ahead and roll those hit points. That's with a D6. Oh, hang on a second. I need to make sure that the dice roller is working, and if not, refresh it and get a new key. Let me throw that real quick, Mark. Let's see.
Sure.
That did not show up on the screen, so let me let me get the street. I think every time I say I think I figured out DD dice and what I'm doing wrong, I don't. But I'm going to optimistically say, oh yes, I figured out what I'm doing wrong now. So let's see if I can get this working again. Here we go. So copy and come over here to my settings. And we're going to put that key. It is a different key, so all right. And now I'm going to throw the dice. It's not a set thing. They regenerate their key new every time. So let's see if that works.
I can hear them.
I can hear it too. It's on top, and it's where it's supposed to be.
Can we get a new link to the dice in chat?
Absolutely. I will send it.
In there. It's already in there.
Okay, you just because you clearing that just cleared it on my end too.
Sorry about that. Yeah, folks, it's DD dice. I can put it up there so it'll be opaque. It'll be opaque, but we'll be able to gander at it, and folks can let's see. Maybe if I refresh that and I switch this off and then switch it back on, and then we roll the dice again. Nope. I tried, everyone. I tried. Like I said, every time I think I've got this thing figured out, they seem to change things, and I don't understand. So let me get it set up so we'll have an opaque tray, but you guys will be able to see it roll. So Mark, go ahead and roll your dice and just tell me what you got. I can see it here, so I trust you.
A 1.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. Well, it's like my pappy used to say, some days you get the bear and someday the bear gets you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at some point during that week, after looking at that helmet for a bit, I'm like, pick it up, and I'm like, I think I'm going to bring this down to the moneylender, get this checked out. I think he was the guy that identified stuff.
Yes, moneylender can cast Identify.
If you didn't have it worn, if you didn't wear it, I could identify it.
Oh, nobody's worn it yet, as far as I know.
No, nobody has worn it.
You want me to try to? Having it identified by the moneylender is...
Yeah, it's way pricey. We need to save every dime we got. Every copper. Yeah, sure. So I pass it over to Sir Sanford.
It'll still cost you $100.
Yeah, I'll take it out in credit.
It's as long as somebody can get me the pearl. The goldfish is inconsequential.
Ooh, can we even get a pearl in town?
I've gotten them before.
Yeah, the moneylender can help you out with that.
Hey, moneylender, sorry to take your customers, but
here's the 100 GP, money well spent.
Yeah, and it's I forget what percent chance it was, DM. I think it was like 50% chance or something like that.
It is a base of, I believe, 15 plus 5% for every level of magic user you are.
Okay, so 15, 20, 25 then. So I've got a 25% chance.
And you've got a couple of minutes or a minute or so to identify it. So go ahead and make that roll.
Sure. That's a nope.
Okay.
You want me to try again?
Yes. You have the time.
Right.
Nice,
nope.
but no.
I wish you could see.
How many times can I keep rolling?
Give me a couple more.
Sure. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, it is a magical helmet. It is a helmet of opposite alignment.
Awesome.
Damn, throw that back in the pile.
Where's that damn cleric at?
So, moneylender.
Poor guy was probably good all along.
Yeah.
We need a demon or something.
Yeah. Put on the thing and turned.
You want to buy a helmet? I mean, it is an item that has uses. It's not like it doesn't have uses.
What's its use again? To transform bad guys?
Well, I mean, think of it this way: you interrogate somebody, right? They're lawful evil, as an example, or chaotic evil. You throw the helmet on them, all of a sudden, they might be a lot easier to interrogate. Doesn't mean they like you anymore.
But then you can't take their stuff.
I mean, you can. There's nothing stopping you. I mean, PCs who are lawful good murder all the time. It happens. It's just, hazard.
I say we sell it.
Yeah. Well, can we sell it? I mean, it's effectively a cursed item, right?
Yes. I mean, it does have a sale value.
Is it more than 100 gold?
It is more than 100 gold, actually.
Either we broke positive.
Well, the money lender tells you, well, first of all, do you tell him what it is and what it does?
Obviously.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice looking helmet. Let me put that on. I'll eat your children! Ah!
Yeah.
The money lender's neutral. He puts it on. The money lender's neutral. If you see my wife and kids, tell them I said hello. Anyway, the money lender says, that might actually have some use. I don't have how much did you want for it? Let me ask you that before we start talking about prices. How much did you want for it?
How about $1,000?
I don't have that at my disposal. Would you like a, say, 3 free castings of Identify in exchange for this helmet?
Sure. I know a lad that has a pair of shoes, Grimsby, that might benefit greatly from that.
Well, okay, we can deal with it first. What is the item? Let me see the shoes, if you could, please.
Shoes work just fine. Don't need them identified.
Very
Yeah, but
well.
you don't get full XP, right?
Yeah. No Identify, no XP.
Well, you get partial XP.
Okay, we'll identify them. I'm pretty sure I got the XP already, but that's metagaming.
Okay, so we discussed this a little bit, or at least I have talked about this in the past. You guys know what both of your wands do. One is a wand of paralysis. One is a wand of fireballs. You have identified them. Sir Standard has taken possession of them. Sir Standard gets the XP. If you didn't have Identify or any means to identify, and Sir Standard said, I think these are wands, I'm going to keep them, Sir Standard will get no XP because their function is unknown. Grimsby, in putting on the shoes and being able to move completely silently, knows that these are boots of Elvenkind. Their sole function is known, and it just works. It doesn't require a magic word, a prayer, a token, a gesture, anything like that. He puts them on, and they just works. He does get the XP for that. The sword, likewise, that is of obvious magical ability. It doesn't shoot fire or anything like that, as far as Vrug can tell. He gets the full XP for. It's only if you have an item that detects his magic and you cannot ascertain what its function is or activate its function that you don't get the XP. So in this case, you do get the XP. Soul function, yes, heretic, soul function.
And you gave me my... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was about to say, but we also have a magic shield and magic mace that might want some identification. Sorry. Doom, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I was just saying that, last session I just took my stuff, which happened to be the longsword and plate mail. I inferred, and you gave me experience, of course, as a
Yes.
player. I inferred through play what the bonuses were on those. Is it acceptable to go ahead and have that on my character sheet, or should I tell you, hey, I rolled a 17 to hit with the longsword without magic?
I will be the arbiter of what its bonuses might or might not be. If you ever meet a bard or someone who can cast legend lore or a sage who can tell you exactly precisely, then you'll know.
Right. So you can take experience, but in order to actually put it on your sheet, even if it's only a single use item, you would have to get it identified. You would have to have not wielded it for a period of time or whatever the rule is there.
Something like that. Yes.
Yep. So Mark can write magic boots on his sheet, but he can't write boots of Elvenkind.
Just so.
Don't tell me what to do, but yeah.
That's exactly what the rules just said, Mark.
I know.
Well, but there is no sheet, right? So
Sure.
it doesn't matter.
Well,
It doesn't really matter. Yeah.
I thanked the moneylender and I
head.
bid him good day, and then I turned to Standard, and I say, "Shall we?" I open up the
Are
door.
you happy with the arrangement of taking 3 identifies? I mean, it saves us 300 gold.
Yeah, it's good for me.
All right.
Do you all want to take the magic shield and magic mace from the evil priest and have it identified?
Nah, it's sort of back at the house.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say no to a magic shield. Having a shield that's not, 50 encumbrance or something could be awesome for somebody.
It is a shield of change alignment. No.
Yeah, right.
And as me and Sir Sanford leave, I turn to him like, "Do you think his wife's evil?"
I mean, maybe it could be one of his kids. I mean, I had a sister once, and I'm pretty sure she's lawful evil. So,
And by the way, it is Sir Standard, not Sir Stanford. He's not a small college out in California, at least to the best of my knowledge.
and now I had to, Bill. I had to go check my name and make sure it was typed out right. So, fun fact for you. I guess this will prove that I'm an idiot to the entire internet, which they already know. On the title of my thesis, I got the I and the E in experience backwards. It's correct in the document. It's correct in every other form, but in the finalized copy of my thesis, I got the I and the E backwards, and it will forever be immortalized that way.
Do they just pick it up and put a red pen mark through it and say 0 out of 10 and hand it back to you and say, you failed your thesis?
Yeah, fun fact for you. Nobody, myself included, caught that typo in the final draft.
Greetings, Jorge. Good to see you. Local Gumby, thank you very much for the super. DM's Wheel of Misfortune. A surprise is always in order. Well, we'll have to see. We will have to see. So does anyone else have any business in the keep during the Sen night between your last adventure and now?
Does anybody want a scroll of protection from undead? Can I sell that for anything?
What?
I thought somebody already took that.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're okay.
So the scroll of protection from undead. Let me see
I
here.
just would like cash to level up eventually, and I have none. I have magic items for days, which I'm more than willing to give the party, but I have no money. That's kind of my big problem. Not that I can level right now anyway, but I am cresting 3,000 experience points. So, I mean, actually, sorry, I'm cresting 4,000 experience points. So, I'll get there. I forget what fighter level 3 is. 4,500?
4,000.
4,000.
Okay, so I could level fighter actually if I had $3,000. But that'd be the part of me selling the scroll.
Okay. Neither the moneylender nor the church have the funds to purchase the scroll. for its value. There are other avenues that you could ask. Greetings, Tim. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Is there anyone else in the keep you would like to pursue for possible purchase?
If anything, I actually would be seeing if I could like make a deal to level on it, but it's not worth enough on its own.
We just break the coins in half in Orkland,
Okay,
and then they're worth twice as much.
Inflation? Never heard of it. Actually, a scroll of protection from undead is worth. Let me see this.
I know they're worth a lot. I mean, I could. What would I describe that as? Because it wouldn't be the same as Prod E. Because I don't think I can scry it. Can I? Scribe it. I mean.
No, you cannot write protection from undead in your book.
Yeah.
The power is contained within the writ of the scroll itself, not in formulae that you can transfer from one to another. So, and it is usable by all. I mean, Vrug could take it and cast it and use it. But did I believe I gave you XP for that? Did I not?
You did.
Okay. Okay.
But
All right.
I didn't have a say in selling it, so now I'm having a say in selling it.
Sure. That's fine.
That's all. But otherwise, no. Let's not. We don't have to worry about that right now.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm just going to do this here. I'm having 0 success with the fun DD dice, which just pleases me to no end.
Did your daddy take your skateboard away?
Something like that. So I'm gonna move this over here, and that's gonna be our die roller, and it's blocking my live sign, and I don't want that. So that's our die roller for tonight. I apologize for folks who are kind of having a problem seeing that. Make your screen full screen.
Super Chat's covering it.
No, I see that. But anyway, so party, group, friends of mine, what are your next plans?
Let's go visit Miracle Max and storm a castle.
Grimsby notes from his scribbles that there are still some places we haven't explored near past where we fought the White and near where that bedroom was in the Torturer. There are other places we haven't explored there, if that's what would be interesting.
Seems fine to me.
I've had my morning drinks. You lead the way.
Okay.
Okay. And again, as I just said to Vinger there, and to the party, you cannot, unfortunately, copy the protections because they are from the protection comes from the writ of the scroll, not from formula that are bound up on the scroll. So, alrighty. So, you guys are headed back to the caves, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this, Gumby. Thank you for your super chat. I usually let them expire before I take them off, but just rest assured, it's appreciated. So you head back to the caves, and is it an uneventful? Do I get to send a huge ancient red dragon after you guys? Let's find out. I did not mean to have a D20 in there, but neither one, of course, was a 1. So you arrive back at the caves. The foreboding ravine lies spread out before you. What will you do?
We'll follow Grimsby, I suppose.
Well, the way I know how to get there is, well, you got to go down the the Knoll Cave, and then you go through the secret door and past where I got my face eaten off by the gelatinous cube,
Yep.
which isn't there anymore. But then you go down there. It just continues on that way, describing a very roundabout way of getting to where he wants to go, just past the White's tomb.
I mean, that's the only way I know of as well. So I don't know any shorter cut.
Before we go any farther, who's my flank? Am I supposed to take the entirety of the front by myself?
You have been putting on some weight.
Who
Yeah,
buys you
well.
drinks? Who's got your back? It's me.
That's muscle.
Yep, I'll take rank 2.
Grimsby will scout ahead and keep coming back to the party as we move forward, like he usually does.
Okay, so Grimsby,
Yes.
you march up to the southwestern high cave. And there is the natural cave. Of course, you've got the 30 by 30 cave and the long hallway after it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you snake your way through it and you find your way down through the Knowles lair, which is, of course, empty.
Good.
And for all that
They start
time,
populating.
why did it roll twice? I didn't want it to roll twice. Okay. So you make your way through all the way to the secret door without encountering anything. Do you wish to move on? Or do you go back to the party?
I'll go back to the party and / wait for them to catch up. So I know that this much is safe. So let's form up here and let's go through the secret door then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Works for me.
Okay. So party begins to move through the caves. Grimsby, as you have gone before, are you still continuing on in front of the vanguard?
Yeah, not as far though.
Okay.
Not as far
So how far are you going ahead?
maybe 40 feet.
Okay. So for the sake of humans in the party, you are still in the radius of light. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You make your way through the dungeon and you are now at the, once again, closed secret door in the storeroom.
Well, gents, would someone open this for us? Perhaps Varug, you can put your shoulder on it.
Oh, the shit.
Yeah, there wasn't a mechanism. I can't remember if there was equipment to get this thing open.
For the secret door, I've opened it before. I think it was just a lever on the side there, pushing that little stone, and you're good.
Oh, that's right. It's too high for me to reach.
How about you grab it, Elf? I got your back.
I did last time. Let's see if I can do it again. Yep, there you go. In you go. I rolled a 2.
Okay. Yeah. You
Well done.
catch it with your fingers, click, and the door opens inward. Moderately less dusty hall as you guys have been through a few times before, but still looks fairly undisturbed.
Right, so we've been down here already, right?
Yes, you have been through this way before. This is you're coming up on where you encountered the crypt with the. My brain almost made me say lich white. I'm a brutal dungeon master, but I'm not that brutal. The white.
This is where you came back from with all that loot from, eh? I don't recognize this part of the tunnels.
Yes.
You want us to take the lead, Grimsby, or you want to go ahead?
I'll still go on ahead for the next section, and then that's when we'll get to where there's a new spot.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I go north out of the storeroom, past the White's place, and then I think I'll be heading, if my map is correct, heading west. To the north is where we went to find the torturer. I'm going to skip that.
Okay.
The next one is a southern passage I'll go down there and check that out quick.
Okay, so this southern passage, it goes down 20 feet, east 20 feet, down 20 feet, east 20 feet, and then turns south into a hallway that runs 30 feet. At the midpoint on the west wall is an opening, and all the way at the end on the east wall is a door.
Okay. Well, I will report back to the group and let them know about this.
Opening on the west wall, that's first.
Yep. Also, just so you know, from my map, when we head south here, a little further along that same passage there, it turns north and goes up some stairs. So that's a second thing we can explore later.
All right.
But first we'll go south around these little dog legs and then head that west passage. When we get there,
What's the plan? What say I just jump in there and let out a scream?
Sure, we'll be right behind you.
That could work.
I hope you are.
Let's go, Rug.
All right, so I'm going to try to creep my way up there less noisily than I normally would be. Get kind of close. And then jump through the doorway. Shield in my left arm, long sword in my right, and let out a battle cry.
So you're talking about the opening on the right, correct?
The west wall.
Yeah.
The west wall. Okay. You jump into what is essentially an open 10 by 10 chamber. There is a wooden chair, a low table. There's a metal pitcher. There is a short sword and a warhammer hanging on hooks on the wall there. And there's also an iron key hanging on a ring. You let out a whoop. And let's see, does that draw anything, do you? We must know.
I'll break
See,
out my
green
puzzle.
eyes. Bum, bum, bum.
Go team, go team.
All right, so let's see what comes looking for Rug when he lets out a whoop. Oh my. All right. So Rug, when you stick your head in there and let out a whoop, I mean, it's a fairly decorated chamber. Two of the decorations start to move. What is Rug's dexterity, please?
I think it's a 14. Let me double check.
It's a 14.
14.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Not really reacting to you, but these two incredibly lifelike gargoyle statues in either corner of this 10 by 10 space kind of jump a little bit and slowly turn their heads to look at you. You are surprised for a segment. They are surprised for two segments. So a beat goes by. You now are not surprised. They will be surprised for a few more seconds. What does Rug wish to do?
We got company. I'm going to charge the one on the right.
Okay, so you're charging with a capital C. Go ahead and
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and roll a d20 plus all attended boni.
That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this does not include the bonus from my magical longsword. All
right, go ahead and roll it and tell me what you get.
I got a total of 15.
A total of 15. And I actually need to open the Manual of Monsters. Hang on a second. Because I need to check something. Both the size and other fun things about the gargoyle. He looks at you and goes, because he's a gargoyle.
I'm about to gargle his blood.
All right, so oof, that's toughy. Okay, so yeah, you stab him. It is a man-sized target, so you will do standard longsword damage to it.
You can hit gargoyles with mundane weapons. I thought they had to be.
That doesn't include magical bonus, of course.
Correct.
Oh, that's right. Your longsword is not. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you slam your longsword into this thing. You do your damage, and that ends the surprise segment. It is hissing, and you've pinned it. What was your total damage? 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know before magic, right? Like, I don't have to say that anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's this purplish ichor is dripping out. It's clearly in pain. You've obviously wounded it very bad. The other is hissing. The rest of you guys here, we've got company. So in the new round, what is the rest of the party doing?
Well, as soon as I hear him yell it, I rush into the room.
Okay, so you're moving down the hall. Sir Standard, how about you?
I don't think it'll do any good, but I'll try and put an arrow into one of them.
Okay, so you're moving down there and getting ready to arrow shot in this round. Mark, how about Grimsby?
Grimsby's going to move down past the opening towards the door, so he can listen at the door in case something's
Okay.
going to come out of that.
And Kevin, how about Marius?
I want to throw a dart, but melee. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna watch her back. I'll watch the entrance we came in.
Okay. So yeah, those of you, I'm sorry. Roll initiative, please, if you would. There, Doomsword. A 6, that's going to be tough for me to beat or tie. Let's see. A 3, you will go first. You have already badly injured this thing. It's horrible, stony, grinning visage. It's and trying to reach and claw and bite and headbutt you and all that. The other is turning around and sees you, Sir Standard, and hisses and begins to move forward to attack you. But missile fire goes first, so you can shoot it if you wish before it gets a chance to close on you.
Sure. This arrow, I do have magical arrows. This is not one of them.
Okay.
That's okay. The +1 would be an 18, and that would Satco do.
That will absolutely hit it. But as you point out, it's not a magical arrow, and it just ricochets. It just ricochets off of him.
Yep. I figured, but there's no guarantee my character would know that. So
okay, sure. Well, I mean, hey, your character might know that. All right, Sir Standard, please. I'm sorry. Vrug, please. Have you guys in an unusual order on my. Anyway, do your
right,
thing.
Okay. So 15. I'm sorry, I can't not say without magic. 15 without magic.
That's fine. You hit it. You hit it again. Roll your damage.
Alrighty. Without magic. 5.
Okay. It screeches. It staggers back. Purple blood squirting out of its injuries, but it does lunge for you. The other one is lunging at you, Sir Standard. And so
AC1.
this is on Vrug. Let's see. You know what? I need to do these separately. All right. So 2 claw attacks. Neither one of those hits. And a bite at you. That also does not hit. And finally, it tries to stab you with a pointy unicorn-like horn. Your armor class is what, -1 or something obscene like that?
It's 0 without without magic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it basically it misses you every time. It's you've stabbed it pretty badly and it's sort of flailing weakly at you. Let's go over to Sir Standard. Take
Man.
potentially 1 claw attack. What is Standard's armor class?
AC 1 without shield.
AC 1 without shield. So unfortunately, both of those are going to hit. So you're going to take this halved. So 3 points of damage from a pair of claw attacks. It leans forward to try and bite you. And does not. And then tries to slash you with its horn. And does not. Okay. So yeah, it rends you a couple of times. New round, Vroog. I'm guessing you're going to keep fighting this thing.
Yes, sir.
So I never got an attack that round, but I'm just going to attack with my staff.
Okay. All right. So attack with staff. Magic user, you're watching the back. Grimsby, you're listening at the door. That will be a miss on your staff attack. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think we're actually over to Sir Standard, please. That's a D6. I got a 5. Party gets a.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look.
Party gets a 3. All right, 2 claw attacks on Vroog. The 17 might get you. The 17 does get you. So you take 1 point of damage from a claw.
Is that all you got?
Bites at you for 3 and tries to gore you for 2. So apparently, yes, that it was exactly all it had. Sir Standard, a pair of talons clutches at you, missing both of them in exactly the same way. Do you have your shield up now, by the way?
I would hope I do. That's all I'm doing on my turn is basically getting out my shield and defending. So
Okay.
that's it. I'm total defense action, basically.
All right. So it misses with both claws and a bite and tries to gore you and does lean in and gores you for, I think the gore attack is,
D8, I think.
nope, it's a D4.
No, that's not that bad.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's 2 points of damage. AD&D gargoyles are scary because of the necessity for magic weapons to hit them and the multiplicity of attacks, but the attacks themselves are fairly lightweight. Honestly, if I had rolled up 20 giant rats, you guys would be in more trouble.
I can sleep the rats, though.
Granted. Okay. So that was their attacks. Let's start with Vroog.
Don't have to say with magic for that one.
Right. I'm gonna double check. My Monday night group, they're all like 8th and 9th level, so it kind of throws my brain into reset. But nope, that's not even on the chart for your level. So that's a miss, unfortunately. Standard, you're not attacking, so
Full defense, yeah.
Duran, you're just beating on it with your staff. Do you want to go ahead and roll your attack?
Yep.
Whack, 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 whack. just sort of bonking off of its woody shell. Grimsby, the noise is not allowing you to really hear very well what might be in the room beyond.
That's fair. I will just make sure I'm watching this side so we're not surprised.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So I think that's it because I won initiative. I attacked. You guys attacked. Nobody else is attacking. So, new round, Vrug, you're going to try and put this thing down?
Absolutely.
And you're just totally defensive over there, standard?
Other editions give me an AC buff for that. Does this one as well? I think it does.
No, it doesn't. Just holding up your shield. Yeah, you're just trying not to get hit. Now,
There's the parry move.
Yeah, if you have a strength that gives you any kind of 2-hit or damage bonus, or 2-hit bonus rather only, you can parry, which will subtract from my 2-hit roll.
Well, then I'll parry because my strength's a +1. So.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you're trying to fend it off. So let's start. Let's do initiative, and we are down to Mark. Roll initiative, please.
Oh, goody.
Being a D6. I got a 1, or is that a 7? I think that's a 7.
Nice.
All right. Party has initiative. Let's start with Vrug. Hey, Vrug. Give him a stab.
Die, bastard.
Well, I can tell
Without
you
magic.
with your strength boni, even your minimal damage is enough to finish this thing off, and it falls dead off the point of your sword. That is the end of they're organic in my game, Vaughn, but they do have magic about them because there's stone outside. So the answer to your question is yes. All right, so here's 2 claw attacks at -1 each. So those are both 11s, and they both miss. A bite attack, which is also at -1, which is a 9, which is also a miss, and then a gore attack. And it gets you with a horn again. So that is ouch. That's shank. All right.
It left it in there and just twisted it and shook around.
So
Yeah.
that hit AC 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus
Okay.
the 1, so that had to hit -1. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us get declarations for the new round.
I
Well,
would like healing if at all possible.
I'll move over to that other one and flank it. And attack if possible.
Okay. Well, it has its back to you. You will gain a +2 to hit it if you strike it.
Yeah, as long as I can make it up there, I'm gonna hack it right in the shoulder blade.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna blood eagle this thing.
It's literally it is within the 10-foot square that you can maneuver. So it's literally a case of it's turning 180 degrees, and
Oh yeah, perfect.
I'm going to yell to Vrug that I have no weapons to harm these things, and then move towards her standard, I guess, to heal him.
gosh,
Yeah,
if only the
if I
holy
really
man
get
had
knocked
some magic weapon.
Yeah, if
Okay.
only he had like a magic mace or something crap
Only.
like that.
If only.
All right.
Or some magic armor, maybe.
Well, I
Somebody
was-
else has all the other weapons. But yeah,
The
that's
priest-
my adventure.
Well, the priest
Somebody
yell,
doesn't have mace proficiency.
the priest yell killed had magic armor and magic shield. You could have had that.
Anyway, let's go ahead and roll initiative, and Mobius, if you would, please. I got a 7 again, and you guys got a 3 again. Okay, party goes first. By the way, guys, I know it's a 1. That's a joke. Okay, so let's Vrug, you whip around and instabulate it. You're striking it +2 because it's got its back to you.
Right, so +2.
Yes.
Let me clear this out here. Hang on just a moment. All right, this is without magic. And that'll be a 10.
You might have actually gotten it. I'm gonna have to.
That would be, for my level, that would be an AC 9.
Yeah. So that actually does not connect, unfortunately. But it's aware that you're back there now. Clank.
Good.
Your sword sort of bounces off of it. All right. So that's pretty much everybody at this point. So I will roll. The golem now realizes that the puissant fighter is behind it, so it is going to turn around and fight you, Vrug. So you're getting a couple of claw attacks. Neither one of those is hitting. You're getting a bite attack. That is going to miss. And finally, you are getting a horn attack, which will also miss. New round. Sir Standard, the heat is off you. This thing is now fighting Vrug. What do you wish to do?
Not much
I
we can
attack.
do but retreat.
Okay. Grimsby, nothing from inside the room, just all the loud noise and everything.
I'm staying out of the way so I don't get killed.
Okay. Mobius, how about Duran? You're muted if you're trying to
Said
talk.
I'm healing up Sir Standard if he doesn't get too far away.
Okay. You can step over to him and do that. And Kevin Morius is just staying out of the way.
Yeah, I don't want to be close.
That's
I
fine.
love-
Jets of
What is this? I'm the only guy in the party?
Well, I mean, I can
The
go
only
and
guy
There's
with
not
weapons.
magic missiles and
No.
I don't know,
I'm
spiritual hammers and
Bill used
magic
the
arrows.
Arrow guy's
puissant
not
of
firing.
arms or something. It sounds so cool. You're such a cool person, Vrug.
We have faith in you.
We'll settle this outside the bar.
I can throw some darts if you
Yeah,
want,
quit your whining.
but I'm
And
likely to
believe-
hit
and
you
believe-
guys instead because I'm an incompetent putz.
And believe it or not, Vrug, I don't have magic missile. The only offensive spell I have is sleep.
It's kind of like when
Right.
when you're playing Fallout 4 and you technically have a companion and they pull out like a pipe 38 and start plugging away at a bad guy in power armor, and you're just like,
Yeah, the only other magic weapons.
Yeah,
are
what
magic
is this?
Dagger and some magic arrows.
I
But
mean, wait. Vrug
Played
has
D&D,
magic-
AI sucked.
Vrug has the magic axe. Vrug has the magic sword.
all right, let's roll initiative then, because I know what it's going to do, and we'll go down to Kevin. Roll initiative for the party, please.
All right.
At least do this right.
Yeah, you know I'm not going
Ouch.
to be able to do it right. Where's my 6?
Come on, Kevin, you got this.
You do got
Roll
this.
already.
Oh,
Yeah.
almost.
What in the hell?
What is that?
don't do that again.
That wasn't me. I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know what it was, but it sucked about that bad.
That was not me.
That was a vacuum that somebody put in their headphones on.
That was not me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry. I don't know what that was. That was horrible. I apologize for anyone listening on headphones or in the quiet of your bedroom tonight. My sincere apologies. So I want initiative. Here's 2 claw attacks for Vrug.
God, that'll wake me up.
That's a miss and a miss. Here is a bite
All
attack.
right, come on. Yes.
And here comes a pointy head attack on Vrug. That is a miss. Okay.
Ah,
All right. So counterattacks, please. Counterattack, singular.
Yeah.
mm,
And that will miss.
I don't care if that thing's
Thief
plus
has magic
10.
sword. Thief, get up there.
Okay. New round. Say. Use
My
some heat.
spell must go off. It's going to
Yes.
go standard.
Yeah, it's my-
That's 6 points back to Sir Standard.
Thank God.
Wham.
Grimsby comes up and says, "Hey, what's taking you guys so long?"
All right. So
Grab Grimsby.
let's see. As long as you don't trigger something like that again, go ahead and roll initiative if you would, please, Doomsword. I got a 2. Party gets a 5. Party goes first.
Sweet.
You see, you guys, I don't know, punished me for winning initiative three in a row.
All right, so
right.
that's a 13 without magic.
And that will hit.
Excellent. That's a 8, likewise without magic.
Okay. It did not like that one bit. You put 3 feet of steel right through it, and it yells in pain and claws at you. 2 attacks. Both of them hit. So have we'll call that 3 points of damage.
It's about time.
It's about space. All right, it bites at
It's
you,
about space time.
and it bites you for 6 points of damage,
God dang it.
and it leans forward to gore you, and does not gore you. It's got a mouthful of Rug. It can't gore right now. All right. Yeah, there's a whole lot of Rug blood joining the Sir Standard blood and the gargoyle blood that is everywhere. So I think, that finishes the round. What is everyone else? I know what Vrug's doing. So what is Sir Standard? You've been healed up. Are you doing anything now?
There's nothing I can do.
Kevin, Marius?
Here's a shiny dagger. I'll lend it to you.
That's fine. I can happily stab a gargoyle with a shiny dagger.
Shining dagger. I want it back.
Okay. Kevin, how about Marius? Still watching out?
Yeah, I'm gonna step behind the front line.
Okay.
One step in case I have to move in to do some burning hands.
Okay. And Mobius.
I'm gonna try to distract it or stick my staff between its legs, trip it up or something.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think, yes, TK, please roll initiative for the party. I got a 3. You got a 2. All right, so a couple claws coming at you. It's not even December, and here's claws. One of them is going to hit, so you will take 2 points of damage from a claw attack. It tries to bite you again, Vrug, and misses. And it tries to gore you and hits. So you got a claw for 2 and a gore attack for 3. Counter attacks, please. And you can go ahead and attack in this round, Sir Standard. Doomsword, do your thing.
That's a 15 before magic, which is a
+1.
So that's a 16, and that will hit.
okay. Cool.
So you're going to do a D4 +1.
Yep. +1 for my strength is 6.
Okay, yeah, you shank it really good.
All right, Vrug, kill it.
Vrug, finish it.
Hopefully. Now, I assume, is it reasonable to assume that everybody understands that I have, just visually, a single hit point left?
You're bleeding from everywhere, so,
Right.
yeah, Vrug looks bad. He is staggering. There's more of his blood on his sword than its. But that will hit. Roll your damage.
Without magic, it is a 10.
You kill it. You lop its head off, and it falls dead on the floor.
I look over at Vrug. I'm like, "You look horrible," and I
Yeah, where were you dogs?
Hey, I tried my best. I couldn't hurt it. Nothing I could do would injure it.
Okay, that is
Get stronger.
4 hit points that Vrug gets back. Thank you for hanging out tonight, Jorge. Take it easy.
Here's your knife back. Merry Christmas.
Wipe. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so the gargoyles are no more, and you have the door before you.
But there was some stuff in this room.
Yeah, what about all this stuff?
There was.
I gotta make haste back to the keep.
Yeah, there was a key. Otherwise, there's nothing of note.
Short sword and a hammer.
Well, yeah, they're,
Ah, Can't trick me that easily, Bill. It's probably a normal short sword and a hammer. So I will take the key, the short sword, and the hammer, we probably should go back to the keep. So
Well, they're
if
hanging
Farouk's
on the
not gonna
wall.
survive.
If they're magic, they wouldn't be hanging on the wall. But let's take them anyway, because
That's what they want you to think.
I mean, I haven't spent any spells yet. I'm up to, I'm not quite up to full, but I'm the majority of the way there. Frug, you're what, half dead?
He's
Vroog's
down
almost
to
My ribs is broken. At least 2 of them cracked. The shin ain't feeling so good neither.
You want like
I ain't running into these fights by myself until I'm 100%. And that's going to require some mead and some whiskey.
Sir Standard, are you suggesting that we open up that door and see what's behind it?
May as well.
Guess we're gonna have to run
Farouk's
him a
not going in
tab.
front though.
That's fine. But what's one more door gonna hurt? We just
Nah,
got.
there's nothing a battle couldn't cure for y'all. I'll be sure to bury you nicely.
Let's go try that door then.
All right. The key fits perfectly in the lock.
Awesome. And we open it.
The door swings open with a slight creak. This is very obviously a prison cell of some kind. It is 20 by 20. There are manacles on the wall, but there is a stone slab meant for sitting or sleeping on. It is currently occupied, to go by the shape of the feet and legs and calves and hips and so on, by a female figure wearing a short peasant dress and a cloak, which she currently has drawn over her head, and she calls out, "Who's there? Who is that?"
Let me get this straight. Hold up, pause. Y'all killed the jailer last time, right?
We killed
They
a
killed-
torturer somewhere else in this place. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, somewhere else in this place.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because then in my mind, she's been left here alone in this cell for 10 days and somehow hasn't starved to death, or at least is close to it.
Yeah, so that's, yeah. But anyway, so she groggily starts to turn over and raises her face just a bit, and you're leaving. That's fine. Before you leave,
lady, come on, lady.
okay. Well, I shouldn't have to roll the other one. None of you are surprised. You're all on pins and needles after the last thing. When you see serpents under the hood.
Gary Gygax, you evil bastard.
She starts to raise her face and she says, "Where are you going, boys?"
Good thing I'm way in the back. That's what you guys get.
That's where we're going.
I'm leaving. Hence the phrase.
Don't you want to rescue the princess? And she stretches out her lovely alabaster arms, her heaving bosom, and her absolutely evil gaze as she looks at you and says, "But wait, free me, and I won't turn you to stone." I can make
you leave and you won't turn us to stone. Bye.
Okay, Sir Standard, you are leaving. Let's
I'm not
get
meeting
some
your
declarations.
gaze. I'm not,
You're in the back, Vrug. I understand that. Sir Standard, you're leaving. Kevin, what about Marius?
Well, there's nothing left for me here. I think it's time to go.
I would have Vroog when tending to him.
Grimsby's like, "Here's the key," and he throws the key at her and runs out the door.
Okay.
What, you let her go?
Duran, how about Mobius?
I was hanging out with Vroog tending to him. And then I was like, "What? You're letting her out?"
Melodious, sultry, sexy voice. "Where are you going, boys? Don't you want to rescue a princess?"
That's good.
Hey, if you're tending to me, don't I get any hit points, man?
Princess.
You got 4 a long time ago. You weren't listening.
I know that.
Okay. So you guys weren't surprised. Obviously, she heard everything. Let's just for shits and giggles. Let's see. Who were we at in initiative order? I think it was you, Mark, wasn't it?
Sounds about right.
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah, Mark, roll initiative, please, for the party.
Okay.
I just want to see.
3.
A 3. 50-50 odds. I like those odds.
You would.
All right.
When do thieves ever throw away?
Look at that.
2. Okay. You throw the key to her and say, free yourself. And the rest of you are pounding feet. And it just the laughter, like a babbling brook of clear water over clean stones behind you.
You know,
Thank you, boys. Thank you so much. You're so lovely. I'll have to come find you and visit you someday.
you know
Well, I'm
what?
not coming back here for a while.
You
well,
know
at
what?
all. That's the end of the adventure. That damn
you-
thing's in there somewhere now.
You know what? Can I get her with my wand of paralysis from here?
You said you're leaving, so no. She has just started to stand up, and you're moving north, so no.
That's fair.
You can turn around and re-engage, most likely.
That would be. The temptation is sorely there. The temptation is sorely there because to come back with her head would actually be pretty good for the keep, but. And I don't feel right loosing her necessarily on the world, but I didn't think Grimsby would be dumb enough to throw the key.
Hey, I'm just trying to help a lady.
You close and lock the door.
I'm going to put a pointy red hat on you and set you in my garden, darling.
Right?
No, you guys, as you said, you're pounded feet. You're up. You're at the T intersection. Are you going left and going up the stairs that curve around to the west? Or are you going right and heading back out? What are you doing?
We're heading back out. That's
Okay.
what I believe the plan was, right, guys?
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't fight no more like this.
All righty. So, is there an alignment check for refusing to rescue a captive maiden? Finger wants to know. Local Gumby says, sexy snake lady. It's not a fetish. Anyway, so you guys head back out. Your men-at-arms are there. The men-at-arms with you have kind of actually outpaced you. They haven't left you in the dirt. They still have good morale. But they're with and the others kind of get it. They're a Medusa almost turned you into stone. Come, masters, we must leave.
About right.
Okay, so you're going back to the keep.
Yes.
And upon arriving at the, well, let's see. Roll outdoor encounter. Medusa. Crap. No, yeah, nothing untowards happens when you return to the keep. Counting riding time, it's like an hour, maybe.
Yeah, we've been gone for 3 hours.
Yeah, no, you've been gone for a total of an hour. So it's like a trip to the monster mall. All right, arriving back at the keep. What do next, adventurers?
I guess go get some shut-eye at the apartment.
And I'll sell our treasure.
I need drinks. And then, priest, you better do your job.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll think.
Yeah, so the sword and the hammer. Now I gotta open the player's handbook.
I bet you it's like a hammer of the gods, and we're just going to sell it thinking it's normal.
Because that's what heroes do. Yeah, no, it's just a steel warhammer, and it is. You can sell it for the princely sum of scrolling down to it. You can sell that for the princely sum of, let's see, 1 gold piece.
And a short sword, I think, is like 5.
Sword, short, and scabbard 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
You get 9 whole gold pieces from that.
I will take the 9 gold pieces and buy Varuk 9 gold pieces worth of booze.
Hey,
Here's this treasure. There you go.
Ah, thank you, my friend.
at the Black Mane, that's like, yeah. But let's see now. Let me give you guys XP for at least facing the gargoyles.
We also rescued a princess, or at least I did.
Would you like to go and finish claiming those XP?
Shouldn't he get
next session?
special XP for releasing that thing? Like the minus.
Shouldn't I get solo XP for the gargoyles?
Holy shoot, Varuk.
No, because they took 9 of my 10 hit points. Thank you.
All right, so let's see here.
Served as armor, Sir Standard. Your armor.
I also stabbed one of them for 6 points, so I helped.
I'm helping.
Yeah, and I helped.
Thank you, Peanut Robot. I'm helping. All right. Let me see here.
Yeah, you should have ran up there and shocking grasped that guy or something.
All right, gargoyle.
I need 1 XP to level up again.
Well, you're in luck.
Nice.
That's because I hit the cap and I was just sitting there until I could train. Now I was like 1 hit point, 1 XP.
Yep. Now, do you
Now,
have,
I don't have the money again, so now
do you want that scroll?
I'll probably throw it at some other lady. Here.
The vampire princess.
Yeah.
Come back, my darling halfling. Here. That's not how you. Oh, we're all gonna die now.
It worked last time.
I meant to trade it for leveling.
It's supposed to be shiny, sparkly things, not old dusty parchment.
Well, actually, TK, while he's calculating, why don't you trade that that scroll for training, or at least partially for training? I think with the
I'd like to,
lone bank.
but that's what I mean. For you, it'd be 3. For you, it'd be $3,000. For me, it'd be $3,000. Either way, like, and you'll get more out of it than I will. Remember, I'd be gaining half a fighter's hit die, right? You would literally be gaining more out of it than I would.
Another 1 hit point, probably.
That is 75 experience points for each of you for fighting the 2 gargoyles. 75.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of us, other than Grimsby, get training in here, right? As like patrons of the keep.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I continue training for free?
Well, yeah.
I thought that was the
I
deal.
I just thought that was just that one time.
No. You guys have.
Oh.
I mean, you brought back the heads of ferocious monsters. You've run off the bandits. Yeah, the keep's fairly indebted to you. So fighting men, which is, they're very much of the Conan's father. This you can trust mindset.
If that was my misunderstanding. Then I thought I was bargaining for a single level's worth of leveling. Okay, that's a much better deal than I thought it was. Also, that's very generous of you. So at this point, yeah, Grimsby, if you want to take that scroll so you can level, I don't think that would be a wasted use of it, frankly.
Well, if the gnomes are still in town, I'll see if they'll accept it as partial payment.
Yeah, they haven't even gotten a chance to pack up their stuff.
They're still at the tavern eating their bacon and eggs, and they're like,
"What, you again?"
Cool. So at the end, can I roll my hit point then?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I get no con buff, and it's D8 for fighters, right?
It is D10 for fighters.
Oh, okay, D10. And it changes with all the additions. All right.
So there's your 1 hit point.
I get my half of 1 hit point. So I get 1 hit
No,
point.
you take a whole hit point. I'm not gonna.
Oh, you're so generous. Bill. So
Yeah,
generous.
thank you.
I try.
Been there, done that, got the shirt.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I got one too.
Six gnomes say to you, Grimsby, "Oh, it's you again."
So I'd like to train again. Your training is wonderful, but I'm perhaps a little light on cash. Would you take items?
Well, it depends on what you have.
And I disclose to them I have this protection from undead scroll.
May we see the scroll?
Yes.
I'll hand it over.
All right. It literally gets handed down the table like as they pass it down to the head of the gnome clan, and he unrolls it and it whispers something and in cadence, yes, this will do nicely.
That'll cover my training?
Of course, cousin.
Excellent. I like you
All
guys. Great doing
I'll
business.
call them that IOU later.
Okay.
I will roll my hit points.
Okay. And during
Okay.
this week,
Better.
Mobius, what is Duran going to do? And how about Marius, Kevin?
I don't have enough XP to level, so
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out and try to spend as little money as I can.
Fair enough.
Burn a couple of cure light wounds on Vrug, and then offer to buy him a drink to smooth things over.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
That's 7 hit points back for Vrug and beer.
Yeah, and that's a day.
That's a beer a day.
A cure is a day. That's not like for the week, right?
That's where that saying came. A beer a day keeps.
That's 2 cure light wound spells on you that give you back to 7, and then you'll get another hit point a day until you're fully healed.
Okay, yeah, that will.
Which is a week. You should
Another hit point a day will heal me up. Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't doing Shatner. Spock, he's got a ray gun. No, the gnomes. If you've ever seen Here Comes Santa Claus, the Rankin Bass production, all of the claws, the allegedly elves, but come on, they were gnomes. All spoke in order like that. They would always say like one word each. And it was very cute. But anyway, so you get your 3 hit points, and you become a better thief. You're a 3rd level thief now, aren't you?
Yes, that was the shortest time I've ever had 1 level. I go with 3 hours. Yes, I'm just trying to total up all my little numbers here.
Yes.
Yep.
Guys talking about. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go
Well,
ahead.
me and
I was addressing the chat. I was just going to say, but folks are talking about Medusa. Yeah, she pretty much got an incredibly raw deal. I have a hard time making Medusa evil in AD&D. It's like, gosh, I think I'm pretty. Oh, I'll teach you, curse. Wait, what?
Yeah. The last Medusa, the party actually, my party encountered was kind of like that, and they killed her anyway. So I mean, there's that. No, all I was going to say was I won't be leveling up my spellcaster for a while.
Okay, fair enough. So the week passes, and what do you guys wish to do in the interim? Those of you who, I guess, you drink, you celebrate, you revel. What do you do?
well,
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with Brood, I guess.
Okay.
All right, we bond.
All right.
We got some PTSD or something.
Alrighty, another week goes by. Don't forget, by the way, guys, if you have any food expenses, anything like that, you need to deduct it. Your housing and your training, that's one thing, but food and drink and so on, you need to be taking that off of your character sheets.
Yep.
Isn't there? Would it be reasonable to assume that there's like just a basic upkeep charge that you can charge us for that type of stuff?
I mean, we can go the AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide route and do 100 gold per level per month.
Is it safe to assume that this beer is almost thick like soup?
Of course.
So can we survive on just this beer alone?
You know, I actually read, there was like an exercise magazine that I read on it 10, 12 years ago. A fellow had read some historical documents about how for Lent, there were Trappist monks who did just that. They survived on beer alone, and with medical supervision, he did it. So I guess technically yes, but
Is it God, Vrug?
So you're saying it's 3 gold, basically 3 gold per day?
3 gold for a
level?
month.
3 gold per day per level.
yes.
Or 33
Pretty
gold.
How much was it? It's 100 gold. Oh, okay, gotcha. Right, 100 gold for the whole month, per level. So it'd be 300 gold. 2 weeks would be 150 gold. Is that how that works?
That's correct. That is correct.
And we would then instantly all be broke. Yep.
That's the point of that rule.
Yeah, but we gotta wait long enough for the Medusa to get bored and to go elsewhere.
But we do have an apartment and some other accoutrements that are already taken into account for us. Right?
And I mean, guys, certus, the upkeep is not due until the end of the month.
We do have that really big mirror that we got last time.
I still, it goes from 150 gold to nothing.
All right, so well, what will you guys do next?
Well, gentlemen, there's another passage we could explore down there, but it would involve us going down that same corridor. Maybe we want to try a different cave.
And I just want to point out there is one cave that you've slightly explored and one cave that you have not looked in at all.
Yeah, what was in that thing again?
Chaos.
The slightly explored was the worst.
Yeah, there was something bad in there, but I just can't remember exactly what it was.
Where was that staircase?
That bottom right.
Was that before that creature?
It was oozes. There was oozes.
Vrug, let me draw you a little map. And I draws a little map on the bartender, the top tabletop. If we go past the white, go down the hall, and instead of going south towards the Medusa, we kept going. Then there's a staircase going up. So we'd have to
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Let's do that.
Okay. You're not worried.
No, I'm ready. Yeah, I ain't scared of no dumbass hoe.
But what about the Medusa?
I'm going to need a super chat.
Well, yeah.
Just got demonetized, buddy.
I'm making casting no aspersions about who you
I'm talking about garden tools here, man.
Right, of course. The Delver's Dungeon Gardening and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition.
I gotta bury the body somehow.
Alt show.
What do everyone else think? Should we try that next passage? It could be near where the Medusa is.
I mean, may as well.
I think she beat it. I think she took off, personally.
If she
Chris,
didn't,
who's willing to risk it?
If she didn't, I have a surprise for her.
She's turning everything down there into her own little personal rock garden.
Yeah, if she wasn't leaving, though, she probably would have followed us, right? infiltrated the keep, this and that.
I just want to mention here. Kevin's going to have to drop in a minute. Kevin, do you want us to NPC or do you want to hang back for?
No, I'll let you NPC because it ain't gonna matter. I have just as much a chance dying in town. So
See you, Kev.
it's safer.
Really, but okay.
It's safer.
All right. So
Actually, people give me an idea. Is there a sudden increase in the number of statuary we see around the keep?
no.
People in surprise poses.
Nope,
Just wondering
nothing
if
like
the
that.
Medusa has gotten into town.
Keep quiet while we go.
I like how that's like we've become paranoid about that at this point. Which is why if we run into her again, I have a surprise for her.
Okay.
I'm not gonna run like last time, but hey.
So
I got a surprise too. I'll sever its head from its body.
It'll be easy to do that when she can't move.
Even better.
let's go down there, and when we get to that point, I'll definitely scout ahead. And if I hear anything coming from that southern passage, then we'll know. But otherwise, we'll go past it and go up the stairs.
You got it, little man.
Thanks for.
Alrighty. So, a trip to the caves is entirely uneventful. Your journey through the caves is likewise uneventful, Grimsby.
Okay.
And so you-
So when we get to the point where we're close to that southern passage where the Medusa was, I'll split off the party, go about like 60, 90 feet ahead, so I can get to that point and listen down the hall and see if I hear stuff down there.
You do not hear a thing.
Excellent, I hope. Then I'll go a little further to listen up the passage where the stairs are and see what's going on up there.
So moving up the stairs, you listen at the door. Let's see.
There's a door at the top of the stairs?
Yes, there's a door at the top of the stairs.
Of course there is.
Listening at the door. I love rolling out in the open for the character that's like depends on this. You don't hear anything.
It's fine. Then I'll go back to the party and say, "Come on, I didn't hear it. The
All right.
lead's gone."
Anything where there's a door up there?
Yeah, there's a door.
I'll
Be as
smash
quiet
it.
as I can in plate mail. I try to sneak along.
Clank, 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 clank.
I'm sneaking.
All right. So yeah, you have a iron-bound wooden door, much as all the other doors you've seen so far.
Right, so it's similar to all the others.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I'll look back and make sure everybody's situated. And once I'm about 3 steps down from the door, I'll just charge up into it and try to bust it open.
All right. Give me a.
Just missed. Well, it might have budged a little bit. Is there a landing in front of that door? A few feet, so like I can
just a
I
couple.
slam into it and stand here.
Yeah, there's a couple of feet.
All right, yeah, I'll smash it with my shoulder, feeling like it gave a little bit.
Okay. There you go. Door pops out. It pops open, rather. Swings outward away from you, and you are. Let me see here. Come on.
And we go like Starsky and Hutch.
Okay. You are looking into a 20-foot wide hallway that slopes upward directly in front of you to the west. To the south, it is level, and it is also 20 feet wide. On your right, 20 feet away from the door you just opened, is a wooden door, and there is sunlight faintly shining in somewhere from the south. And let me describe to you the area that you are in. Faint foul draft issues throughout the 20-foot wide gallery that you're in. There's a sort of sense of unease here. Red strata intertwined with bulging black veins running through the hewn rock and walls here. The wide corridors and chambers are deathly still. A faint groaning sound and a shrill piping may occasionally be heard, barely perceptible even if you're absolutely silent. The floors are smooth and worn by the tread of countless feet at the of the occupants of this grim place. And your footsteps seem to echo alarmingly, except, of course, for Grimsby.
Oh, every time you're trying to be
I got
quiet,
it open,
make the most
Grimsby.
noise.
Okay. So
You go in.
it sounds like we're sort of in a corner of a 20-foot wide corridor going south and one going west.
Correct. And you have a door on the right 20 feet ahead of you.
And to the south seems to be daylight.
There is a source of daylight coming from the south, yes.
Which way should I go first? Should I go west or south?
Well, here's a question. Do we
You're the
smell
burglar.
fresh air?
I smell Thrug. I can't smell air.
It's actually the air in here is fairly still and foul.
I just passed, by the way.
That explains it.
It's customary among friends.
So maybe to the south is a way out. We can use that for escape. Maybe I'll go listen at that door. Sound good?
Let's check south first. I don't buy it.
Okay, I'll scout south first. You stay here.
Okay, so Grimsby, scouting south.
As quietly as we
Grimsby,
can.
his silent boots on, the party, laughing as the halfling is eaten. So Grimsby, as you move south, you do not encounter anything. That is the wrong hallway. So it goes south about 40 feet. And the hallway continues past this, but on the left, angling away to the northeast, is about a 20-foot wide cave entrance with sunlight, dim sunlight from the outside shining in. The rock is as I have described it.
Okay.
And past this intersection where you got this corridor sort of coming in from the northeast, and intersecting with the side of this gallery that you're in. Beyond that is another 40 feet, and then it looks like it turns away to the southwest.
Okay. I will just peek out that side passage. You said it was northeast, and see, does it actually go out into the outside?
It does.
Okay. Then I'll quickly go down to see what the passage that leads southwest looks like before going back to the party.
Okay. So the southwest passage, you come to sort of a three-way intersection. You've got a 20-foot wide hallway that runs due west about 40 feet. You've got a 20-foot wide hallway that runs south about 30 feet. And then it looks like it angles to the southwest and opens to the east at the end of that 30-foot run.
Okay. I'm going to head back to the party and let them know.
All right.
We found an outside. There's a mess of corridors down there. And maybe I should check the west passage next in that door.
As you are discussing this, you hear the shuffle of feet and the clink of armor and weapons. This is coming from the slope due west of you. Rounding the corner, you see a group of individuals clad in filthy red and black uniforms, and they are wielding, it appears to be short-hafted bardishes of some kind. And they are, let me see.
Get ready, friends.
If I only had that protection from Undead Scroll.
Immortal.
Well, do they? Well, here's a question: do they look like zombies or do they look like people?
Zombies are people too, man.
Not really. Not by D&D definition, not by mine.
Maybe
Okay.
they're just really sleepy and they need their coffee. They're just shuffling.
No, I mean they are shuffling and as they're coming towards you. Yes, these ghastly monsters are clad in filthy red and black striped uniforms. Each carries a cleaver-like battle axe, and they are all wearing these medallions. It's got a flaming eye in the middle of the medallion, and they are shuffling towards you, and there are 8 of them. You're not surprised. They weren't exactly trying to sneak. So let's get party declarations, and we will start at the top with Vrug. What is Vrug doing?
Right, so that was the West Passage sloping down.
That is correct. They're
what's the approximate slope? I mean, can I look at it and say, okay, hey man, I'm just charging downhill, or is it like 45 degrees or something?
well, it's a slope up, but
okay.
it's not. It's enough that, like, if you put a bearing there, it'd roll down with alacrity, but it's not like if you start trying to climb it, you're going to slide down or anything like that. So
I'm
maybe
always happy to,
like 10 degrees, something like that. I don't know.
yeah, always happy to charge uphill with a capital C.
All right.
On the left side.
On the left side, okay.
It's impossible to win, Vrug. They have the high ground.
Yeah, but they can't very well assuming they couldn't very well set a spear downward on a
Well, they're not
downward angle.
because they're zombies and they're non-intelligent undead. They see a half-orc rushing them. Brains.
Yeah. Well, they ain't getting none of that from me.
No, half-orc. All right, so you're charging with a capital C. Go ahead and execute
Yes,
that.
sir.
It has to do with any additional bonuses.
All right, so this will be +4 without magic.
Okay.
That'll be a 19.
That is sufficient to hit. This is a man-sized target. Go ahead and roll your damage, please.
Thank you, sir. Without magic, 7.
Okay, yeah, you just kind of cut it through here, and it kind of flops aside, but it's still got its axe. All right, so that's what he's done. Let's get party declarations. What is Sir Standard doing?
They have 2 arrows with their names on them.
I-
Okay. And how about Grimsby?
I'm sorry. What was the distance to the zombies?
Let me see. That is a good question. I think they're about 30 or 40 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to just go to the sort of the corner of this corridor and sort of hide in the shadow there.
Okay. How about Duran there, Mobius?
I'm gonna produce my holy symbol and I guess turn some undead.
Okay. Let's roll initiative, and I think we had actually come around to you there, Mobius. So initiative, please.
Okie dokie.
Big money. Oh, yeah.
Go first.
Oh shoot!
80.
Okay, just
One of these.
pick those up.
It's like shopping in a foreign country, and it's like just here,
Nice.
some of this. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Actually, in the case of AD&D combat, which is what we're going for here, zombies always strike last. The party always has initiative, so I will not be rolling initiative for the zombies, nor should you roll initiative for the party. Just assume the party is going first. So you guys have the initiative. Arrows are fired, Anybody else who wants to move into melee may, but I don't think that's anyone. So loose your arrows while he pulls out his holy symbol. And the 15 will hit, the 7 will not.
It'd be a 15 and for 1.
All right. And good news, you did not prang Vroog. There is an ample field of targets ahead of you to have shot an arrow into. So just sort of and it's raising its axe. There are 3 raising their axes at you, Vroog, but a turn undead is going first. Roll a d20, please.
Come on, man. This is your chance to actually do something.
Ooh, harsh.
That is not sufficient.
What's your luck, buddy?
All right, so oh wow, okay. So Vroog, you take a couple of hits.
It's AC 0 without magic.
All right, so 19 and 18. I'm going to have to check on that real quick here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got you. But we will double check because that's how we roll around here.
Next time I'll identify this stuff, even if it costs money.
All right, 19 and 18. I got poor Doomsword about to go full Day of the Dead. Choke on him! Ah!
There ain't nothing up there but booze, so hey, you're gonna have a bunch of drunk zombies.
You'll just fireball them? Oh, yeah, that's a
considered
thing you can do. That is absolutely a thing you can do. So let's see.
I'm not wasting it on 8 zombies. I thought about it. I'm like, no, we can do it. 8 zombies. Now I'm not so convinced.
Well, if there's a we, that would actually kind of help.
I'm doing my
All right.
part. Thank you. Send somebody else up front.
All right, that is 9 points of damage to Vroog.
You have dwarf up there with you. Use him.
I got nothing up here with me anymore.
What are the men-at-arms doing, by the by? What are the men-at-arms doing, by the by?
They can get up and close behind Vroog, I guess.
All right. They will do so. All right, so they spend this round closing. Vroog, you are.
I'll pay you extra.
All right. Yeah, they're moving up. So let's get. Well, we don't have to do declarations. Party X first. Vroog, are you fighting or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a vicious blow you inflicted upon me, but
well,
it's less than half.
They now have a target-rich environment in front of them, so hopefully for you, they'll stop chopping at you. Are you letting off the big bang there, Mr. Magic User?
No, I'm not wasting a fireball on 8 zombies.
Okay.
I will continue to loose arrows, though.
Okay, you will be firing directly into melee against medium-sized targets. There's an even chance that you'll hit one of your party members. I'm just letting you know that.
Well, there's 8 zombies and 3 party members, but yeah.
Yes, but actually, this is a 20-foot wide corridor, so they're actually kind of coming around you guys. So yeah, you can try and pick off some leakers that are trying to get around the perimeter. But in the meantime, Vroog, make your attack. That will hit. And the minimum damage that you do, you finish shearing this thing in half, and it falls.
Nice.
A disgusting mess to the ground. Roll for the 2 men-at-arms, please, if you would, TK.
Sure. I'll roll my arrows when you want them to.
I got a
16 for one,
6.
16 for another.
Believe it or not, those both hit. So that's going to be they're fighting with their spears. So that's a D6 each. All right, they're
Total.
kind of trying to gig them back. Loose your arrows.
Yep.
16 hits. So the 5 does not hit, obviously. All right.
Yep. 2.
Thunk. Okay. Zombie counterattacks. You've got some leakers kind of shuffling around the edge now, but this is going to be
That's fine.
1. That is a miss on Vrug. That is a miss on a man-at-arms. That is a miss on a man-at-arms. Let's see, there's 1 down, so there's 7 left. 3 are engaged. That's 4 that spend the round basically moving up to you guys. So men-at-arms and Vrug are engaged on the front. The others just kind of stagger by and move to where Sir Standard and Duran and Grimsby are. Grimsby hoping that he cannot be seen.
Sword and shield and fight AC 0.
Okay.
Can our cleric turn undead?
He has
did say
already
we could
tried.
pay him. Can you turn undead? Oh, damn.
He's already tried. They resisted. Okay. So new round. Let's start at the bottom this time. Mobius, is Duran going to smack one? This one's got an arrow sticking in it. So please roll your attack.
Batter up.
There's 7 left. 12 armor class is what it is. That will hit. Pop. And with the damage that it had taken earlier, its head splits open and it falls. So there are 6 zombies remaining. Sir Standard, please.
Is Grimsby doing anything?
I will, but he called on you, so I don't want to jump
All
in
right.
place.
I just didn't
right.
much to get skipped. Men at arms. 1 got a 17.
Okay. And the other did not hit.
6 from 1.
All right. Okay.
And then me. That's not gonna. It'll get hit up to an 8, but it's not gonna hit.
That actually does hit. An 8 will hit.
Okay. All right, D8 plus 1, so 7 plus 1 is 8.
That destroys it. There are 3 and 2. There are 5 total zombies remaining. Good to go on you. Mark, do something terrible. Or terribly. It's entirely up to you.
I will jump out of the shadows, hopefully surprising it, and attack. The bright purple one of these is my magic dagger. The 15 might hit.
It will, but obviously the magic dagger will not.
Yes, so with a normal dagger, where's my D4? There's my D4. Normal dagger does 3 points of damage.
Okay, you kind of slash it. It's like cutting through horrifically foul-smelling wet clay. So I said there's 5 of them, and there's 3 across the front and 2 in the back. Grimsby and Sir Standard are fighting the 2 in the back, so we'll deal with them first. This one goes on Grimsby.
I got in. Sorry, I have an attack.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I started with the back ranks. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 left on men-at-arms.
There's 1 on a man-at-arms, 1 on you, and 1 on another man-at-arms.
All right, and I had killed the previous one on me.
Correct.
So this is a new one on me. All right,
Correct.
yeah, I'll attack him. Without magic, that's a hit.
That's
regardless.
absolutely a hit, yeah.
And that's 10 as normal.
That is sufficient to destroy it. And so the men-at-arms already did their thing. That's going to finish it. Let's see. Roll versus one of the men-at-arms. That is a miss. Uh-oh. Oh, and down goes a man.
Oof.
Arms. Yeah, he's like, we're driving him back, sir. Ah! And it just lands him and his actually it hits him with his axe. It just chop, 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 chop.
That's one less I have to pay extra.
And turns towards you. So let's see.
How much damage did you take? Sorry, I didn't see that part.
He took 8.
Oh no, he's still fine. He's not down to -3. He's all right.
Okay. That is going to miss Standard and Grimsby.
-4.
I'm sorry, -4?
Hey, I wish it was -4. It's AC of 4.
AC of 4. That 14 might have
Ooh.
gotten you then.
Yeah.
I think it did.
Picks you up, sets you on a convenient stump, leads back with the bardic shock. Picks up your halves, carries you to a nearby woodpile. So 14. So let's have a quick gander. Yes, that your AC2, you said?
4.
AC4. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Grimsby, in the words of the Pink Floyd, careful with an axe, Eugene. Have 6.
I'm still alive.
But you got to have 6. That's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, cleanup round, guys. Oh, my sign battery went out. Nobody told me. I'll have to charge it up tonight.
Grimsby is doing a fighting withdrawal and coughing up blood.
Okay. Well, Grimsby, you're in the corner. Where are you withdrawing to, my friend?
Between this guy's legs, I guess.
Let's hey, we gotta keep it clean now. Let me see here.
Just don't stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll withdraw wherever I can.
All right. So you can actually go back down the door, back down the stairs that curve around south if you wish.
Yeah, I'll at least get through the doorway and hope that it doesn't follow me there.
Okay. Vrug, you're still fighting. Man-at-Arms is down and bleeding. Sir Standard, you're still fighting. Party, make your attacks.
Man-at-Arms is going to stabilize Man-at-Arms.
Okay.
Vrug, you go ahead.
Yeah, and this will be on one of the 2 men-at-arms, or one of the 2 zombies left fighting men-at-arms. I'll swing around to the right side and sever this guy at the waist.
All right.
I'm going to try to get that one that's going after Grimsby.
Okay. Both of those hit, actually.
My damage was 6 without magic bonus from longsword.
Okay, you damage it, but do not destroy it. That was another one that had gotten pranged with an arrow, so that drops it, Mobius. So there's 3 zombies remaining. One is facing Vrug. That is a miss from you, Sir Standard. So one is facing Vrug. Actually, no. I think there's only 2 remain. Well, wait.
There'd be 2 left.
Yeah. Okay, so one facing Vrug, one facing Duran now. Sir Standard now, because Duran destroyed that one. So let's Man-at-Arms has been stabilized, and I'll roll their attacks. So this one is against Vrug. That is a hit.
Oh!
8 points of damage to Vrug. It swings its axe, and just its horrible weight just overbears you, and you feel the axe bite down into your body, and it twists it and leans back, and you're like, wow, I didn't know zombies bled. Wait, no.
And he opened that old wound, as a matter of fact, so
right.
Now I'm close to bleeding out again.
Okay, and Sir Standard, you are just both Hunky and Dory back there in the back. Well, it's do or die time. You've retreated down the stairs, Grimsby. Man-at-Arms has stabilized Man-at-Arms, and he grabs up his spear and lunges at the remaining one of the remaining zombies that has badly injured Vrug. I am guessing that Standard is attacking the zombie directly in front of him, as is Deron.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm attacking, and once again, I look this much better than I did last time when I almost died. There's blood everywhere. I'm like a hit, and then I'm dead.
All right, gents. Let's make your attacks, and let's start with Vrug.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, roll your damage.
You want the cleric to try and heal you?
7, almost maxed out damage. So yeah, you just your berserker rage. You just chop this thing in half, and it falls into corruption and ruin on the floor.
And then I fall to my knees.
Okay. So Man-at-Arms, Sir Standard, and Deron pile onto this one.
Yep.
That's a hit. Nice.
Here's me. 8.
Sweet.
That is sufficient to destroy it. You have wiped out this group of zombies. You guys are all in terrific.
No, good.
I see Vrug on the ground. I move over. I like heal him up with a cure light wounds, and I'm like, we gotta stop meeting like this.
Oh, you're telling me.
All right, Vrug gets back 2 points. Okay.
At least I can walk now.
I don't feel so well. Maybe we should go back.
At least I don't have to carry you. What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Give him one.
I've got like all bloods everywhere.
All right,
That must be Vrug's.
that's 2 points for Grimsby.
Oh,
We need a new cleric.
Somebody put the,
Ingrates.
somebody put the cleric
I know,
on the
I think-
charger.
I think
He's
we-
run out.
I think we need a fighter that complains less.
let's go back.
You need a fighter that actually does his job other than me.
I don't like the look of that thing
No,
that the
including
GM
you.
just rolled. Let's go back to the keep.
You all hear something approaching. What are you doing?
Which direction is it coming from?
It is coming from the west. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the map wrong. It's coming from the south.
Yeah,
through
see how
the
we
door.
follow Grimsby.
Back through the door.
We definitely follow Grimsby as best I can with my 4 hit points.
I give you as both hand, give you a shoulder to lean on. I give yeah, here, take my staff. She can lean on it.
Man
Well,
at Arms is carrying Man at Arms over his shoulder.
while the healing was going on, DM, can I have gone over and snatched up one of those pendants?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
How many of those could I get?
Let's call it. Well, I mean, you can get them all if you want.
That's fine. I just you pointed them out earlier, so may as well collect them.
All right.
I think we should retreat back the way we came, down the stairs, past the whites area, back outside the way we go.
Agreed.
All right.
I don't like seeing the DM's rolls for these things.
We'll pause there for next week. Folks, thank you all for tuning in. I'd like to thank all my players. Kevin, sorry you had to dip early, but that's how it is. Tomorrow night, if you like these Let's Plays, guess what? We've got them out through Thursday, after which I will be taking off for an extended weekend. But tomorrow night, we play Conflict, Kyle Schuant's game of combat and adventure. And then Thursday night, Doomsword will be back joining us, of course, and Kevin, for our Shocktober, our continuance of Call of Cthulhu. And this week's episode, this Thursday's episode, is titled Have You Seen the Yellow Sign? So I hope everyone will join us. I'd like to thank all my players for being here tonight. I'd like to thank our audience for these awesome supers. Wenger for a couple of 5s, Local Gumby for a 20 spot, Vaughn, of course, for a couple of bucks. We always appreciate it regardless. And I hope everyone had a good time tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Toodles.
So with that said, I am gonna play you guys out of here. We're about to listen to a little bit of that old owl bear. So be good to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Peace out, everybody.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.